Welcome back to Boat Extras, where I'm messing around doing fiddly jobs on this restoration of this boat that's taking, well, forever. Anyway, this next fiddly job is, if I may show you, we're getting very close to putting some gaskets and windows in. So there's a bit of fiddly prep work to do first. Now I do have that silicone that you've seen on the latest episode, and I'm going to put a little tiny bit through there, all the way around all the window, or should I say all the windows eventually. And what that will do was it will actually seal it there, so then it's nice and tight. And the reason for doing that is to help us when we get to the point of putting the windows in. We don't want it loose like that. We want it nice and tight, and we don't have to bother with it. We know, and also we can get the true depth, and then we should be able to put the windows in with as least stress as possible. So that's my job for today. I am going to silicone all through there, and then hopefully leave it overnight clamped up all the way along with all those clamps there that you see, and then we'll move on to the next bit, and so on and so on. Of course you're not going to see it all, but you'll see the first bit and you'll get an idea of what I've got to do. So that's what I'm going to do. So you're going to sit there like so. You can see, there you go. Of course you can. Right. Oh, I'll get my ducks in a row and you be back in a minute, yeah? Right, ducks are in a row. So I'm just going to squirt some of this on here, because I'm not going to put great lumps of this stuff in there, because it's only going to increase the width, and we don't want that. So we're just going to do a little bit, basically just to grab it really. And actually I suppose it adds as a seal as well. So my idea is to get a sort of a plastic spatula, get a bit on there, and then just squidge a very thin layer along there. Because as I said, we don't want to increase the depth of it. Squidge a bit more. Notice I haven't got the big light on. So there's a lot of flickering going on in that last little episode. The one that I did, by the way. Sure I don't get it on the front. So we'll go to there. Right. Now I've got a steel bar here. I think I might put that there. I don't think it's going to serve any purpose, but we'll soon find out. Put that there. That seems to grab it okay. That there. That there. That there. Right. We'll fill it in with a few more clips. I think this is going to work, guys. Obviously I've run out of clips. Steel. Moving along. I think I want one. Oh, there we are. There's none there. Perfect. Right. So you can see what I mean now. Yeah. So that's going to hold it nicely there. And then what I could do when it's nicely set is I could get a little bit of silicone and just rub it on the top, and then it rubberizes it, and then we're all good to go. Right, got to think what else I can do now. Back shortly. Right, found a little job I can do, and that is just tidy these wires up here, because ultimately they're going to have to be tucked around side safely. So I am doing that at the moment, and I'm going to put those little clips on with the rubberized surround to stop them from fraying, and then I'm going to take it down the bottom there. And then I'm not so sure what I'm going to do around here, because I've still got the painting to do, so I might just stop just there and then deal with that after I finish painting. Then it's nice and clean. So ultimately they're going to go behind there. I think I'll probably, should I run them up here to meet that, or should I take them through there? I don't know, but you'll know when I do it. So I'm going to just clip on there and then finish there, and we'll call that a day. So I shall see you later. Well, good morning all. It's time to go to the unit, but first I need to get some products from the garage. It's going to be a right filthy job to do today. Plus we've got to also check out whether that siliconing on that window area has worked. So that's what we'll do. Now let's have a look in here for some stuff. As you can see, I'll turn you around. Poor old Ebony needs a clean, doesn't she? Looking quite sad for herself. Waiting for a new battery for that, so can't do anything with her at the moment. That's what I'm after. That and carb cleaner. That'll do. Need a bit of that too. Right. Shove that in the bike. Do you know what? I think I can hear music. Could have sworn I heard music before. For anybody who doesn't know, Lytham Festival is starting tonight. And normally, what time is it? Normally they start rehearsals. And because I live close to the promenade where it's all happening, I get to hear everything. So, excuse me a second while I pop the garage door. There we go. Right. So, what I'll do is I'll see you at the warehouse. I thought I wasn't hearing things. Answers on the postcard. What band is that rehearsing? Got 3 nights of this. Way. And welcome aboard. We are here. We've left the music back in Lytham, and we'll listen to that later with I might have a G&T outside, and I might bring you with me. Although I'm thinking, would there be any copyright issues? But I'm just sitting outside my own place with noise pollution that's hitting me. Does that contradict things? Maybe not. Well, we'll see who's on tonight, shall we? Because I don't know. Right, anyway, I'll prop you there. There we go. I'll take this lid off. And see if it's actually stuck like we want it to. And if it's successful, then I'm going to do it all over. Oh yes. That baby ain't moving nowhere. Excellent. Excellent. So that really tells me that we can take a size that says about 8mm. About 8mm. Well, you can see the reason for doing this, because we can take an overall gappage and we can then order some gaskets for the windows. So I'm going to do a bit more of this. Of course you don't need to see this because you'll be falling asleep. So I'm just going to do that, and then we're going to go on to a filthy job I'm not looking forward to. It's back outside in the bottom of the boat, cleaning up the balance of what's left so we can get that painted, get that finished. I will also show you, I don't know whether I did show you the tidy up of the wiring, but I'll show you anyway once I've done this. So you can come back when I finish this, and then we'll move into there and we'll do a bit more work. So see you in a minute. But don't break my neck. Right, so I've done. Just didn't want to shut up. Right, how do I turn you around? Oh, there we are. Right, there you go. Next section. You can see why it's better on the GoPro, because John will be falling asleep filming this forever. We've got a million windows to do, but as you can see there, look at that. That is exactly where we want it, hugged all the way along there. So we've got a good chance now of getting a gasket over there without too much hassle, he says. Right, here we go. So as you can see down here, it's a bit manky, and I've just been using my drill with that head on it. I'm going to change it to a wire brush, and I'm just going to get the rest of it cleaned up all the way around here and down here and get that ready for paint. And as you can see, the wiring there coming out of there, that's all neat and tidy out of the way. I've moved the pipes as well, because obviously I don't want to get them all painted up. So I've just moved all the cabling over to there. So then we've got a nice clean sweep. So that is the filthy job for today. So I'll get all my ducks in a row and I'll be back with you shortly. Right, I'm on my knees again, and I brought a patio weed brush made of wire, and that is cleaning this up a treat. Look at that. I don't even think a wire brush on a drill would have got that in that area. Let's clean up what I've just done. I'll show you what I mean. There we go. Get you down there. Oh, that's come up pretty good, that. Well, happy with that. So if I can get all the way along there, like that, there's a high chance the paint's going to stick. So, I shall carry on. There's no point you looking at dirt all day. And I will see you in the next one. So, I bid you farewell. In fact, I'll show you the finished article. I don't think I'm going to get, well, I might get it painted, I might not. We'll see what happens. That's the beauty about having extras. I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know when I'm going to do it. Speak to you later. I'm back. Turn that off. I'll show you what I've done. No, yeah, I'll show you what I've done. But first, I've just heard on the radio a football player that plays for a team that I support, Liverpool, Diego Jota, has died. In a car crash in Portugal this morning. He only got married last week. He leaves a wife, new bride, and 3 children. It gets worse. So he's in a car. He's only 28. He's in a car with his brother who's 26. He's a footballer. And they're both dead. I can't speak. I'll be honest, I can't. I just know my heart's not in this anymore. I was going to paint it, but I don't know. I'm going to show you what I've done, and I think I'm going to wrap it up. Oh yeah, turn it around. There we go. So as you can see, it's cleaned up pretty well all the way around. There we go. Do you know what? I just figured out what that is. Well, I don't know what it is. It doesn't go all the way through the boat, but I'm thinking that that may have had something like a depth sounder or something like that, something to an electronic device that told you what the depth was. I can't think of anything else. I don't know what else it could be, but it's inside. I mean, it's properly fiberglass. I don't know whether you can actually see. No, you can't. Unless I can put my light on. There we are. Take my light, put it in there. You can see it's sealed. It's fiberglass. So I think that's what that is. I've wanted to know for bloody ages what that was. Anyway, normally I'm quite joyful and I enjoy what I do and stuff, but I genuinely I can't lie. I'm just so shocked what's happened. He was a legend of the club as well. Absolutely. He's 28 years of age, for Christ's sake. Anyway, there we go. life is life, and life's too short for living. So I think I'm going to have a cup of coffee. I don't think I'm going to film anymore today. I'm not in the mood, to be honest, and I will see you later. Bye for now. And a good Monday morning to you guys. Hope you've had a marvellous weekend, if that's when you were watching, on the Monday or the Tuesday or whenever you did. We've had a festival in Lytham. What else have we had? Ray Green's had a festival too, or it's more of well, they've had a festival anyway, and it's been cut off. So I think the last time we were here at the unit, I've just got the girls out, as you can see. Edna is out there, and Molly's here. She can stay in here. I've got plenty of room. So yes, we were painting, weren't we? And we're also doing the sticking of the plywood, as you can see up there. Putting the plywood, adhering it to the edges of all the, we're going to do it all the windows, of course. So yes, so we're going up, we'll have a look up there. Sorry, I pointed at the screen. For some reason the screen goes off after a minute. I don't know why. Maybe it's to save battery, who knows. I don't. So I'll just climb this ladder without trying to break my neck. And oh, actually that's a good place to show you. Yeah, that looks very nice. So I'll just turn the camera around. There you go. Looks a lot neater now, doesn't it? All grey. Hopefully it's dry, because if you remember rightly a few episodes back, around that area there, it took a few weeks to dry down there because there was so much oil. There was quite a bit of oil down there, so we'll have a look and we'll see what jobs we can do this morning. So just bear with me, I'll get a board and then we'll have a closer look. See you in a minute. I am putting in some floor spars, so then I can then start to think about building a gas bottle section here. So that's what I'm doing. So I've been on the bandsaw and I've cut some wood to appropriate angle. As you can see, I think I've got 4. Have I got 4? 1, 2, 3. Yes, I've cut 4. So they will go across there like so. And then I think what I'll do is I'll paint them and then I'll fiberglass them into place. The fiberglass sheeting is coming today. I have got some, but it's not really the thicker grade that I want. So that's coming this afternoon, which means that I will do it, I'll probably start doing it tomorrow. So I'm going to give these a lick of paint first, but that's what we're going to get on with in between doing the main episode and the cut and whatever. That's where I'll show you. So it'll end up looking like that basically. They're original. And they were obviously for the batteries, so I need to put another couple of spars there, maybe another couple there, because I'm going to have, I think this only had 1 battery originally, so I want to start a battery for the engine, and I also want a leisure battery for everything else that works on the boat. So obviously we need to put some spars in there. So there we go. Just about to wind up today, and I just noticed, I don't know why I really didn't think about it before, but I was thinking ahead about the engine going back in and what have you. But if you look, I don't know whether it picks it up on the camera, but if you look closely, that leg there, from there to there, looks like it's going in. That looks fairly straight on the left, but this one looks like it's skewed. I don't know where it shows it from above. But if you can see, if you see that piece of wood there that's going along there, and the gap between there and there and there and there, it definitely looks like it's skewed. You can see where that line in the bottom of the boat and the line at the bottom of the boat there, that sort of meets it. But then this one comes out by about 15 mil. So I think, and yet that's the one that's, when we took the engine out, that's the one that's completely perished. That one's still intact, as is that one and that one. It's funny how that one there is the one that's created all the trouble, because the engine was shaking that much, it destroyed the couplings, as you can see. I mean it's hanging down, but that's meant to go up and bolt onto there. I'm going to tear that off actually. Let's see if we can do something. But when we come to put the engine back in, are we going to have the same issue because it's not parallel? I don't quite know how to fix that actually, apart from maybe alter the bracket. I mean, it might be that it might be okay, but it's got to be in line, because that's been the problem. That was the whole problem with the boat in the first place, was that. And if that was out of skew, then of course that's not going to be in line either. Food for thought, eh? It's another little problem we've got to solve. Anyway, there we go. I just thought I'd add that to it. Right, I think I'll do a bit of editing and get this on. Tally ho.